Hello, puppets! Welcome back! Oh, it's taking the game a second to load up. There we go. Hello, everyone. We're starting a new game tonight. Very exciting. Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery. Hello, everyone on Twitch. I hope you are all doing well. I just realized I got too excited and didn't update my Twitch stuff. I'll do that right now. But I saw someone playing this game a while back. I didn't see like any of it played. So I don't know much about it, but it has very good reviews, so I'm looking forward to it. Wow, I cannot spell. Let's update. I still have like Lost Ember stuff on here. Whoops. That's my bad. Not how I wanted to start this video. Forensics. Okay. Stream info updated. Hopefully that's all on Twitch now. Hello everyone. Hello Hera. Thank you for stopping by. As I was saying, we're starting a new game, so that's very exciting. Oh, busy night at work. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope I have fun. I haven't played this game yet. It looks very cute. I was thinking, when I was looking at this screen earlier specifically, and I saw these little smoke bits coming from the cigarette, I had a sudden, intense flashback to, what is the name of that game? It was, West of Loathing. Which is a absolutely hysterical game. I think I've watched both West of Loathing and Shadows over Loathing be played. But it's like all black and white, all stick figures, and there's little animations that look a lot like, you can't see it. Right here. This little like smoke animation for the cigarette. And just like how the papers look and the books, like this looks remarkably like Henry Stickmin stuff. Anyway, so that was the thought I had. This is a detective story. It's a cat and there's a mystery at a museum, and that's all I know. Let's see. Oh, there are some disclaimers. I glanced at this earlier. Pause if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch. If any of this bothers you, then obviously you've been warned. We'll check out the credits at the end of the game. Other than that, let's get into it. Okay. New game. Oh, we're just here. Look at him jumping. Oh, is that what I look like? No. Oh my god, I'm totally envisioning. This art style also makes me think of, oh shoot. There's another sort of 2D, almost collage style animation game. One of the main characters is a cat, but he looks like this. But is this just what we think we look like in our head, and this is what we actually look like? That would be very funny. Okay, we are the detective. This looks much more like a PI's office than police detective's office? Another long day. Street lamps are already on, and I haven't been in my office yet. Street lamps. So is this 20s? 10s? To detective investigation. Okay. Tapping our little foot. I should check. Why do we have a computer? I should check my computer. I'm sure I have at least a few emails waiting by now. Okay, so it's not period piece? Why do you say? Okay. Although, if it's the commissioner volunteering me for more debriefs, I'll have to put my paw down. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that flip-flop. It so gives me West of Loathing. I like that our eyes are green. Alright, let's see if this old litter box still works. Where is his face? Just need to log in and... Huh? Why did I try and give him like a... the voice of the guy from Knives Out. What's his name? Detective... My brain was like, Flambeau! And I'm like, no, that's a different character from an entirely different show. That's a crime guy from Father Brown. No. Oh my god, I just recently watched Knives Out, too. What is his name? Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. I'll think of it. Anyway. It won't take my password. Something here has my whiskers twitching. This might turn out to be a regular investigation. So our first task is to... This is our tutorial. Oh, I didn't even notice the little clock. The little, like, Sylvester clock. I'll start tracking down all my leads on this bulletin board in case I need to reference them again. What bulletin board? Oh, here? Leads, the unknown password. Oh my gosh, it's like a laser pointer. That's really cute. This game is, I'm already delighted. Okay, for some reason my computer isn't, yeah, okay. If I changed it, I certainly would have written it down on a note and put it in my desk. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What should I take a look at? The desk. It's possible I just wrote the password down and threw it in my desk drawers. Okay, not in the top drawer. Surely it'll be in the bottom drawer. Aha! This must be it. Wait, no, this is just a standard department business card. Following the procedure requires I enter it into the evidence, but unfortunately that might be more serious than it seems. What? Okay, the phone. I could call the department secretary for help if they hadn't already gone home for the day. Let's see. What should I take a look at? Nothing's changed. My computer's still locked. Probably shouldn't try the password again until I'm sure to know what it is. Shouldn't waste my time looking through my desk again. Okay. Nothing. Whoa. Oh, I hit the wrong key. Oh. Oh. Evidence lockers. Okay, that's what E does. Nothing kept here. Business card I found in my drawers of my office desk. Business card is printed on quality paper, although age is weathered and once white sheen. Whoops. To yellow. On the card, depicted in black ink, is the department logo, and general information is the office address and the phone number. I'm not sure if I like how this camera keeps moving. Can I not? thought I'd have to click on something. This camera sway is gonna make me hurl. Did that not undo that? Why is everything swinging around? That's... Oh, I can rotate the camera? Okay. See how the whole screen's moving? Oh, snap. Okay. That's funny. Oh, this bulletin board. It was a dark day. That looks like a radiator. Am I? Oh, was it on this thing the whole time? Hello? Oh, derpter. Emergencies only. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. Why didn't I think to flip over the business card sooner? I don't know! The extension written here belongs to the department manager. Luckily, I would classify this as an emergency. I should give them a call immediately and let them know what's going on. What, did I locked myself out of my computer? Oh, okay. I guess let's go to the phone. The phone. Now that I have the department manager's extension, I can give them a call about my computer. What is that guy's name? It's gonna bother me. Knives Out detective name. Benoit Blanc. That's his name. Good evening, detective. I hope this is important, because I'm in the middle of dinner with my family. Apologies, but why am I giving them all really terrible southern accents? Apologies. We might have a security issue. My computer's password is inexplicably changed. I hate to break the news to you, detective, but the inexplicable is, in fact, quite explicable. If I do recall, this is the second time this week that you've interrupted my... Oh, this is a man speaking. I do recall this is the second time this week you've interrupted my wife's delicious home-cooked meal. I'm sorry? From what I can gather, you were on another milk-fueled bender. Through slurred speech, you told me you changed your own password. And this is the part where I'm supposed to be so embarrassed you tell me the password, correct? I would consider, but you also informed me that you hid it somewhere. Somewhere that only a detective of your caliber would be able to find. So, get on with it and ensure that not a single report on this matter is out of place tomorrow. And let me reiterate, while you're in the right mind, do not call me again unless it's a real emergency. I think if I had just forgot my password, this wouldn't be as humiliating. Either way, not my proudest moment, but I can make up for that. Even if I'm technically this crime's primary suspect. Retracing my steps, following the proper timeline, and correcting any inconsistencies in the case notes will be paramount. there's a donut shape in this. There's a hole in this donut, but it's just filled with a smaller donut. What am I supposed to be doing? Double check my notes to make sure everything is up to date. Is okay. Z. Oh, Z. The detective. Without the current password, he can't unlock the computer to his office or check his email. What is this? Oh my goodness. Detective left his office late last night, and at some point after, the department network was hacked. I don't think. Testimonies. Department manager. Ah, I see, that makes sense. The department manager did confirm that nothing was hacked. Embarrassingly, I just had a bit too much indulgence on my part. That being said, I've only got a rough outline from here, and they won't settle for anything less than perfection. It's time to thoroughly investigate the rest of my office and use this journal to fill out every blank necessary. Neat! You get the zoomies! Okay. Let's see what I can find over here. One might ask themselves, why would any self-respecting feline investigator keep one of these demeaning furniture pieces in their professional office? It was a gift from some old co-workers who thought they were being exceptionally humorous. Also, it keeps my claws properly managed, and sometimes it helps me think. Let's see what we can find over here. I have a few of these cabinets to keep track of all my previous cases. Oh, of course, it's not unlocked. Those records are pretty confidential. Wait, I don't lock these. Not since I kept misplacing the key. Are you like the shoddiest detective in town? I'm certain this is significant. I might have put my password in here. Or at the very least, another clue. Let's see what we can find over here. That's it. Whoa. Is there something over here to investigate? This shelf is absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and the occasional novelization. If I hid some sort of clue in one of these books, it would take far longer to find it than it's worth. I wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't have anything to go on yet. Is there something over here to investigate? These are usually just for keeping in contracts, reference documents, and various policy paperwork. I can't imagine I would have slid a note with some password on it into this mess of a drawer. Even under a strong influence of dairy, I wouldn't have done something so reckless. Is there something over here? Okay, the trash can. When you need to dig up the truth, you gotta act like an alley cat. Empty milk carton, comically clean fish bones, a used yarn ball. Huh, none of this looks very helpful. Wait a minute, there's a crumpled receipt, and it looks like I've redacted most of it. Why would you redact a receipt? Nothing about the actual purchase remains, and only the store's address is left visible. Where could this lead me? Is there something over here to investigate? No. Anything? Okay. Oh. It's my old map. Wait, let's... Oh, I can't rotate while I'm in a dialogue. It's my old map of historic Philadelphia. But I don't remember all these thumbtacks in it. They're each holding a thin sheet of paper to various addresses in the city, but no one seems more important than the other. What crumpled receipt did have an address on it, though? What was it again? Oh, shit. I don't know. I didn't look at my evidence. Okay, getting lots of the clues. Here. It says, less 13 North 2nd Street. Okay. 13 North 2nd. I don't recall what's around here, but the slip of paper does have a phone number written on it. Looks like it's time to make another call. It's possible I hid the password within the pot and soil of this plant. However, until I have some compelling reason to believe that, I'm not willing to make a mess of the hardwood floor. Okay. The phone. Let's get that number I found. I'll call. Hopefully they're still open and can make sense of this receipt. Good evening. Book Gator on 2nd. What can I do for you? Of course, the local bookstore. How could I forget? Sir, did you need help getting with something? Hello, yes, sorry, I do, actually. Whoa, my voice is all over the place. This might be an odd request, but I have a receipt, and I'm not sure what it was that I purchased. Heh, I've been expecting your call, Detective. Of course you were. Care to explain why? You stumbled in disgruntled after an argument with this devious plan. I didn't ask questions, but you warned me this call was likely. Oh dear. I keep swinging. I'm so bad with voices. Now about that book. Please tell me if it's not something terribly inappropriate. Ha! Not quite. No. The book's title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Sure you don't need anything else, Detective? No, I really don't. It's okay, thank you. Click. Ugh, if that wasn't embarrassed enough as it is. Okay. Gonna look at the bookshelf. The clerk said the book in question had something to do with cat burglary. So where is it? Dignity and Domestication by the great Jane Austen. Oh my god, it's Pride. Wait, is that Pride and Prejudice? Or, Jane Austen. Le Meowseum by Vermin Hugo. Call of the Wild by Jack. Well, that's just an actual book. I have actually read Call of the Wild. Okay, more novels than I thought, but hey, these are the classics. Who are you trying to convince? Oh, here's the one I'm looking for. The question now is, why would I have purchased this book specifically? Is there something over here to investigate? Oh. Is it in my evidence? Dun dun dun! A study on the impact of decline as an early cultural normality and the societal repercussions thereof, and henceforth. Oh, okay. That's funny. Can I... It says don't open on it. Great job, detective. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. I bought a hollow trick book. No wonder the bookstore clerk was holding back a laugh. With this cabinet key hidden inside, no less. I think we're nearing the end of this case. Good thing the trains are still running for a little longer. Let's open up the filing cabinet. I've got the key now, so let's get this locked cabinet open and see what we find. There's a note right on top. Great change of pace. Or maybe I was just getting lazy. There doesn't seem to be any cipher or code either. This just looks like a normal password. I should try it and then make sure all my notes are in order. Wouldn't want them to attract any more ire from the department manager than I already have. Let's see if what we can find over here. Oh, nope, I already did that. Let's see, the computer. I've got the password, supposedly. This is like the wildest drunken antics. Like, have y'all ever done shit this wild? While drunk, like, make a treasure hunt for yourself? Sounds like a good way to lose shit forever. Now for the moment of truth. Is it possible this is a red herring all along? Look at how happy he is. Oh, it works. I'm logged in and I have exactly 0 emails that require my attention. Oh, God. This is... Oh, lordy. It's a relief, of course, but the department manager will have my fur if I don't get the rest of these case notes in order before I go home. Are we an orange cat? We have to be an orange cat, right? With how freaking derpy we've been. This is some, like, orange cat nonsense. Let's see. The computer? Oh, okay. Oh, am I supposed to do something? Detective changed the computer login before I was lost in the memory of the lactose stupor. It makes me think of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. When he's drinking at the bar and he's like, "Get me more cream, your heaviest!" And he's like, "We keep the heaviest in the back." And then the bounty hunter shows up. Oh. Surely my memory's a bit hazy, but I must have found something that can set this right by now. Wait. Yeah, we already did it. The detective changed the computer's login in. Oh. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Apparently that's the sound that I get when I don't pick correctly. Okay. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Of course. The reason for this entire mystery. Locked up tight right in that lone filing cabinet. Luckily, I haven't forgotten about it twice, at least. Not yet. Okay. All's well that ends well, but even my password in my hand, my night wasn't over yet. I still need to fill out my case record before the... Okay. What do I do? Yep. What does this say? Something tomorrow? Oh, the cat's meow. The password is written in newspaper and magazine scraps and reads the cat's meow. Jeez. So there's a check mark for when I've done an inspection of it, but... oh, here we go. Case C. Oh god, I have to fill it out myself? Unbeknownst to the detective, changed the... Uh. Oh. The password to his computer and hid it inside a cabinet. Closed sections look like this. You have 2 or fewer incorrect. You change the pattern. No, it was unbeknownst to the detective. Because the manager knew? Detective changed the pattern choosing and hid it inside a book? No. I mean, it was inside a... Am I being dumb? Furthermore, he hid... Oh, locked. There we go. Okay. Furthermore, he hid the key to the cabinet inside a book that the detective recently purchased. Okay. Aha, I knew I was onto something. While a fantastic treat a night out on the milk bar might cause more trouble than it's worth. I finally completed the tutorial! 30 minutes in. Yay. Oh, why's my phone ringing? Could it be the manager already? Hello? I'm hitting space. There we go. The phone. Hello, Feline Forex's private detective. I am a private detective. Usually you call that a private investigator, a PI. Detective, I'm glad to hear you're burning the midnight oil. Oh, nope, wrong person again. I keep wanting to make them all 80. Commissioner, what do I owe the pleasure? Business, not pleasure. There's been an incident, private property. They asked for you. I'm sending a cruiser. The office will fill you in on the way. The case seems pretty involved, but it's still within my jurisdiction. You will go by the book, detective. I'm sure you're aware that if you don't, your license could be on the line. Again. Click. What a ray of sunshine the commissioner is these days. Whoa. It's gonna be an even later night than I thought. We look so silly when we run. Oh, there's a goose? Or is it a duck? Look at this duck. It says the officer. Evening, officer. What are we looking at this time? Oh, detective, there's no need to be so formal, although we are headed to a pretty fancy museum, so maybe I spoke too soon. Honk. So it is a goose. The one on the east side of town? What happened? It sounds like an attempted heist gone sideways. Somebody was able to flee the scene, but an important exhibit has gone missing. I'm not sure if it's one of the thieves, another visitor, or a staff member, but they said somebody might have been shot in the process. Oh dear. Let's hope things have been kept under better control since they made it seem like the scenario was contained, but you'll have to make that call yourself. Who's talking? Oh, is it the officer talking? I can't tell who's... I guess it's the officer. I don't know much more than that, but we'll be there soon. Okay. Kind of hard to tell who's talking. His mouth is, like, barely moving, so it's, like, hard for me to see. I guess he's, like, a silhouette here. And here we are. I told you it wouldn't take long. Always a pleasure. Wish me luck. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Hey, look, a goose. Good luck, detective. I'm sure everything will go just fine. And I know you like to work alone, but if you need some help from the department, just give me a call on the payphone over there. I see it. We'll see if that's necessary. For now, it's time to get to work. But the donut hole's filled with another donut that also has a smaller hole in it. Okay, I can make a call. What is this? Goose. The plaque reads, Hyonk, the Herald Angel, by an unknown artist. Hyonk Hyonk am Goose. A wonderful and timeless depiction of Mother Goose as agents of peace. Oh my god, is Mother Goose God? That's kind of amazing. That said, the biblically accurate sculptures are more compelling. With how many wings do they have? Okay, I can't change the camera angle here. Okay. Anything else? The Kreinberg Museum. It's a sign for the museum with its namesake Kreinberg and the official logo illuminated by a few small spotlights. No one would have suspected a heist turned murder. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a murder turned heist. These are the kinds of questions I'll need to get my answer with my expert feline sleuthing skills. Alright. Off we go. Oh, the curator is a chipkin! Look at her! Oh my goodness. So there's no earrings here, but there's earrings there. So I'm gonna say it's a lady. Oh, detective, thank goodness you finally arrived. Do my best. Mrs. Bouquet from Keeping Up Appearances. I'm the curator of this museum, and the one that called the police. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Full crime, there's... Whoa, I can't go back and forth between the voices at all. For crime, there's no such thing as short notice, as a detective must always be prepared to put a stop to it. Yes, well, please work on with the utmost efficiency. A catastrophe of this scale could be a disaster. If word got out that our most precious gemstone was stolen, who knows what would happen? Not only would the museum's reputation be forever marred, we could be the target for even more horrid criminals. You are understandably concerned, but I assure you I'll sort this out. This is far from my first case. Although, if my debrief was accurate, there was also an unfortunate murder in the process. Is that right? Yes, that punk. I hate to even think about it. I suppose you should take care of that as well. Wow, okay. Diamond first, murder second? This has Nancy Drew written all over it. But in my opinion, the sooner we get the innocent people home, the better. A rushed investigation leads to sloppy work, so I can't promise this will be quick or easy. Regardless, I trust you will do your best, and if you could keep me posted on the progress, it would be greatly appreciated. Of course. I have several things to discuss, if we could. Go on, then. Yes. During the operating hours, I don't do much except greet visitors, and today was no exception. On the days when we're particularly busy, I may mingle with and let the guards stand station, but that won't be the case today. Up until the argument began upstairs, nothing seemed out of place. The guard and I were here having an idle chat. Unfortunately, that couldn't stay that way, could it? Could I ask you a few more questions, then? Before... Take your time, detective. Just not too much time. About today's event. During. Certainly. What happened? Let's see. The guard and I heard an argument beginning upstairs, but it wasn't an immediate concern to me. I didn't want him to make a scene, but it continued to heat up on its own. Then we heard a gunshot moments later. Even with the accompanied sound of broken glass, my instinct was to make sure the guide was safe. I thought she was in the sculpture gallery, but the guard found her in antiquities. Stunned. I don't know why I said it like that. He called for me, and I ran right over. And it was true, she was frozen solid, startled by the cacophonous noise. The guard was concerned, of course, but he took off towards the blaring alarm. Despite the chaos of it all, I maintained my focus on her. Eventually I got through, and do you know what the first thing she said to me, detective? Call the police. Immediately looking out for the museum. So selfless, to a fault. I went back to the foyer just to do that, but the tourist and the artist were there, begging that I could release the lockdown. I didn't know who was responsible for this mess, so I brushed them off without much opposition and made the call. I see. Let's move on to another topic then. Okay. Personal questions. Ask away, detective. Okay, so who are you? As I said before, I'm the purveyor of this prestigious museum. Past that, there isn't much more to disclose. Do you have any associations outside your work here? Whoa. Nope, that's not his voice. Do you have any associations outside your work here? Family, perhaps? Is this vital to solving your case, detective? Otherwise, I'd request that you inquire no further. She's angry. She has a little, angry tick. It certainly could be, depending on how it continues to unfold. Fine, I do have family, and I'm currently separated from them over personal matters. And I can assure you that they have nothing to do with the stolen gemstone or the murder, unless you'd like to interrogate them unnecessarily as well. As always, I do appreciate the cooperation. Let's move on. I manage the museum staff exhibitions, publicity, funding, and, well, just about everything. So, you're the director of the museum. Wouldn't it be easier to delegate some of that work? Well, you see, we simply don't have the extra revenue to accommodate that. Yeah. Most museums are non-profits, which means they're generally broke. Well, incredibly valuable to the human condition, a museum of this caliber is hardly ever profitable. Oh, my apologies if this is a sore subject. I simply don't enjoy the idea that one would look at what we do here and assume that it's all easy. It requires hard work and sacrifice, Detective. It's not a sore subject, it's a harsh reality. Of course. Again, my sincerest apologies. Let's get to another question. About the museum. Alright, let me provide a brief overview of the layout so you'll know what you're dealing with. Oh, this is important. Currently, we're standing in the museum's foyer, which is the only exterior doorway. The only one? One way in and one way out. In the East Wing, we have the Sculpture Gallery, featuring contemporary works. Now, I will say, of all museums, from what I understand, I know some people that work in museums, art museums tend to be the better off, because people are more likely to give donations to art museums than, say, your local history museum. The big, eclectic, rich people tend to find my art more history and more interesting than history, unfortunately. On the west side is where we display works of natural history with geological and pre-civilization origins. The central connecting exhibit is the courtyard, just to the north of us now. Further north, we have antiquities, host to several artifacts and art pieces spanning global cultures and eras. On the second floor, there's only one unique gallery, fine arts, typically canvas. Of course, as you investigate, you'll notice there are balconies that look down onto a few of the floor exhibits as well. I hope this is helpful, Detective, but you can always reference the brochure map you have if you get lost somehow. Very helpful, thank you. Do you mind if I ask a couple more questions before I go? Okay, that's everything. So this is her. Hello, Mr. Bearguard. Oh, look at him. He looks like a proper grizzly bear. Look at him. Yeah, everyone looks so much more realistic in the side icons, which is really funny. Hey, hold it right away. That's such a weird voice. What voice should I give him? Not that I'll remember them. Hey, hold it right there. Did you pay admission when you came in? Bro, were you not paying attention to the, 10-minute conversation I just had with your boss? Oh, ha! Oh, there we go. It's just a joke. Look, he's laughing. Ha! Got you good, didn't I? Little security joke is all. Always good to meet another agent of Lady Justice, Detective. What can I do for you? Ugh. I'm hoping you can assist in my investigate. Oh, absolutely anything you need at the drop of a hat. Just by answering a few questions for now. I need to be clear that even as a museum guard, you aren't exonerated here. Of course, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Not only am I loyal to the law, I'm loyal to this museum, and the wrongs against it must be righted. Let's just start with a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. 10-4, good buddy. Who are you? Not much to brag about in that department, Detective. Well, what do you do in your free time? I like to keep up with various TV shows and movies, but don't we all? That's not very interesting. I read a whole bunch, too. Talk about boring. I don't think that's boring. Honestly, I wish I had the time for more of that kind of thing. I used to say the same thing, believe it or not, but if you don't make time to enjoy things, there won't be much of you left. Just a couple of whiskers and a suit. We also appear to be an alcoholic, so, very standard PI stuff. I mean, let's stay on topic. Do you have any family, friends? Couple of buddies from back in the day, but started to feel like we were worlds apart, A wife at home, but no kids. She has some great friends, long-time friends, and they call me friend. I'm alright with that. Oh, what a sweet guy. I understand. Let's continue on, yes. Absolutely, I'm an open book and full of pictures. He's a picture book. That's pictures worth 1,000 words and all that. What do? I keep the peace within these marble walls. A good, more manageable scale that I'm sure you deal with, Detective. On the regular, sure, but for tonight we have that in common. Ha! You got that right. As far as my day-to-day is concerned, we don't really... I keep changing his voice. I don't know what to do for him. We don't really get much commotion around here. Was there a time when disturbances were more typical? No, I guess not. But we had more people around overall, you see. Hey, if all else fails, maybe this whole debacle will get the museum some attention again. That'd really be something, huh? Sure. Or you could just be in a movie, like Night at the Museum. Just get Robin Williams and everything will be fine. I suppose anything's possible. Why don't we discuss something else? What did you do before? I worked as a policeman for a while, but not as long as was expected at the time. You certainly don't look like you've reached retirement age. Ha ha ha! Young for retirement, sure, but not that young. Most folks stay in the field for a long time. Wasn't for me, though. I grew up with the police dramas and was big enough to deal with the bullies, but the concept of bullies is a bit more difficult when you're an adult. Nail on the head, Detective. Don't get me wrong. There were times when it was very clear, just not always. Even instances that were clear in the beginning became murky down the road, or in retrospect. Eventually, parting ways with the force seemed like the best decision. I came to that conclusion sometime later. Wish I wasn't hiding. He's so fun. I like the bear. By that, you mean it wasn't entirely your choice? A highly encouraged choice, perhaps. A tale that isn't too uncommon, I think. Could we discuss something else? Okay, so... I did all of those. You've got the green to go ahead, Detective. What were you doing? As per usual, I was hanging around in the foyer, having a little chat with the curator. When things are especially slow, I might take a walk around the exhibits or get some fresh air, but I was feeling a little more lazy today. About to go hibernate, Mr. Bear? Oh boy, that doesn't sound too good, does it? I don't want you thinking I neglected my duties. Thing is, nothing seems weird. It was totally normal morning, afternoon, and evening. I understand. So, none of the guests acted strangely. This is the funniest face. We get all walks of life, and I do my best not to judge one way or another, eh? So nah, not much. And all things considered, this feels like a poor circumstance to me, Detective. I see. Interesting. Okay, what happened? Oh dear, where do I begin? The curator and I heard an argument upstairs, and I was ready to go diffuse the situation, but the curator was hoping it would solve itself. I don't quite understand it, but in my experience, artists tend to hold strong opinions, so I trusted the curator's judgment call for a moment. But I made my way into the courtyard when it heated up. The fight was upstairs, though, so I just had to keep moving through. A few moments later, a gunshot shattered glass soon after, and I didn't skip a beat. Some habits die hard, I guess. Well, I got to Antiquities and found the guide, stopped in her tracks. Maybe I should have kept moving, but I had to make sure she was okay. It is nope. I keep losing the voice. It's admirable, at the very least. I'm sure she appreciated it. You're probably right, but it wasn't actually much help. Nothing I could say had her come to. I called for the curator since there was still the matter of whatever went down in the natural history. I got there at about the same time as the podcaster, but she knew just as much as I did, and that wasn't much. The display case was already destroyed, so to save the diamond, or the victim, I was too slow again. If there was anything left to do, it was to call the police. Thankfully, the curator was already on the line, and things had mostly calmed down by then. I appreciate the thorough recollection. About the alarm. Oh yeah, well, you see, the amazing thing is that it's really smart. It can tell who's who and do what it's gotta do. Real accurate, too. Ho ho ho. Certainly there's some downside to it, nope. Ah, nail on the head, detective. When it was installed, they told us it was a little slow. It doesn't make mistakes because for the computer, it takes its time. Although, for a person like you and me, it's still pretty dang fast. It just has to, I don't know, double check, I guess. It has a way of being selective, only locking down what's necessary and trying to minimize panic in a chaotic situation. What kind of nonsense is this alarm? AI alarm, mayhaps? Come to think of it, the actual sound of the alarm was supposed to be one of the more severe stages of lockdown. The old guy who used to work on it could tell you more, but we've never seen it in action before today. Maybe try asking the curator. I think I will, but until then, I have a few other things to discuss. Okay. Wait. Okay. The plaque reads, "Semi-colored vase by I... Weiwei? Do you think he dipped the vase in paint or just drizzled it on top? You know, I could have eaten before arriving to the scene. I should have eaten. Yeah, like a donut." Okay, so there's... These little symbols look like it's the courtyard. This must be natural history with the T-Rex skull. Okay, there's 3 different things. Guess the museum did recall hearing an alarm, but it should continue to learn more. Solely doing the guard mentioned a state-of-the-art security system. It follows my mouse. That's funny. Primary and only concern was identifying the culprit behind the attempted heist. Murdered guests. Long time there was an apparent murder that took place. Sure, okay. What are all these pictures? Oh, okay, the different people. The artist is a frog? There's a crocodile. Critic. So the artist and the critic are who came down first and asked to leave. According to her. Oh, no, the tourist and the artist. Who's the tourist? Old timer, the podcaster, the punk, the student, the tourist. Is the punk the dead person? I want to look at all the art in here. Is that a monkey? The plaque reads, I don't know how you'd say that, Mole Orangutani by Konstantin Kranskusi. The expression on this piece is so complex. Notes of anger, hints of boredom, a dash of really need to itch my nose, and so many more. That reminds me of in Night at the Museum 2? I think when they're at the Smithsonian, there's like a bust of Robin Williams, like Roosevelt, and he's like, "Can you just itch my nose, please?" It's like, does he have a body? Well, yeah, and a horse. Ah, he's got a horse. I haven't watched those movies in a while. Oh, it's girl with the pearl earring. The plaque reads calf with a pearl earring. By Johannes Vermeerkat. You'd think that the large ears would be distracting, but the earring really draws the eye. And this looks like the sunflower painting by, what's his face? Vase with 15 sunflowers by Van Gogh. Van Girafo. To think that he would go so far as to cut off one of his own ossicones. If only he knew how prolific his art would become. I've actually seen that piece. It is in the Philadelphia Fine Arts Museum? Philadelphia Art Museum, I think it's just called. A place I have been exactly once. The Sheaf by Henry McFleece. It's like the sheep. I'm going to assume the sheaf is some sort of shrubbery. At the very least, a leafy plant of some kind. Oh, this piece looks familiar too. Grey on Blue by Mont Ratko. The deeper meaning of this one is beyond me, but in a good way. The plaque reads Night Hawks by Edward Hopper. What I would give to sit alone in the dustiest bar in town, just staring at a half-empty glass of the finest aged milk. What is that? Oh, they're frog legs. This looks like it was made in, like, Word Paint. Microsoft Paint. The plaque reads, Water Off the Back of the Duck's Neck by Jean-Michel Basquiat. Oh, those are like paddle feet. Oh my god. An excellent and harrowing representation of the web-footed condition. This plaque reads, The Best Friend of Man by Reen Maparakite? A bowler hat, huh? Not many can make that work. Believe me, I've tried. I have a friend that has a bowler hat. She wears it sometimes. It is quite the look. I feel like this vent's gonna be important. Okay, so should we go to the actual murder crime? The keys are inverted. Natural history, we go. Alright, this definitely seems to be the epicenter of our case. Looks like the victim here lying on their back just south of a destroyed display case that stands in the exact middle of the room. Several dotted blood splatters across the floor, along with a few pieces of what appears to be stone debris. Other artwork looked to be unaffected, and as witnesses had at the scene. No shortage of places to start, so let's get to it. It's a monkey! Oh, that looks like the cave art from France. The plaque reads, Nedi Plateau Cavern Paving. Questions like, how could they possibly have transported this cave rock aren't even worth asking. I know you can go into like a replica of the cave. This looks African? Or maybe South Pacific? The plaque reads, collection of ancestor tools across multiple regions. Oh, it's just a big collection of things. I wonder what the predecessors would think if they saw what we could carve from stone nowadays. They'd probably think all these sculptures in the other exhibit are wildly impractical. That's true enough. I like our T-Rex here. So what is this one? Didn't get stolen. Mosquito preserved in amber. Oh my god, it's Jurassic Park! Discovered in Southeast Asia. Uh-huh. Who knows what's... Oh, wait. Who knows what sorts of... Nope. I can't do that. Horrible things this bug could be carrying. Ancient plagues, mind control curses, dinosaur theme parks. I suppose we should all consider ourselves lucky this wasn't the exhibit to break. It's just magically containing dinosaur theme parks. Bugs. The plaque reads, collection of pinned beetles. Asia. I'd rather not look at this too long. Oh, butterflies. Plaque reads, collection of pinned butterflies, originally from North America. I much prefer my butterflies unpinned and flying and live. Okay, so this guy doesn't like bugs. Spiritual stone circa 1998? What? Legend says you can time travel one whole dog year with these. What? That's clearly a reference I'm not getting. What are those? Someone has to tell me in chat or the comments. Why is this bloody? Why are you just standing here? Oh, this is like the wall of direwolf skulls at La Brea Tar Pits in LA. Only they're human skulls? Question mark? Collection of ancestor skulls discovered across multiple regions. There's so much about the ancient civilizations that we still don't know, and I guess we never will. It really makes you think, huh? So this is bloody. May or may not be the weapon. Even though they heard a gun. Amethyst geodes sustainably sourced from Central Europe. Yeah, amethyst isn't really a big deal. Even, like, aside from, like, the really huge chunks, but even those, like, it's just purple quartz. Mother Goose's creations have such unparalleled beauty. Okay. Mammoth tusk circa 3,000 B. Imagine the size of this elephant folk attached to this. Yep, but why is it bloody? That seems sus. Why do you keep telling me to go here? Quite a complex. Okay. Nothing new yet. Let's read the T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period. Iconic dinosaur, but I much prefer the Stegosaurus. Even a Triceratops would rank higher, personally. Stegosaurus was my favorite dinosaur as a kid. What were y'all's favorite dinosaurs? I've heard very interesting ones. I know a lot of kids really like a Triceratops. I don't know, I was always super into the Stegosaurus. Now I really like Spinosaurus, though. Hiya, detective. Oh, this is the podcaster. And the little raccoon lady. I had to keep leaning over so y'all can see the people. I just want to say, it's like so awesome to meet a real, almost somewhat famous Philadelphian investigator in the person. Oh, and I absolutely cannot wait to tell you all about my show. Would you be willing to do an interview? I'm sorry, your show? I'm a true crime of course she fucking is. I'm a true crime whoops, I went too far. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. No, I didn't bring my equipment. What an absolute rookie mistake. Like 5 listeners and an episode level amateur. By the way, you should seriously subscribe. You have your phone on you, right? Just let me look myself up and hit the button quick. No big deal. I actually don't keep a mobile phone on me. Personal technology would be a distraction at the crime scene. Oof, that is actually so sad. Okay, we have things to discuss. Let's stay on topic, please. Like, whatever you need, detective. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Oh, like, totally? Who are you? Oh, come on, detective. I told you about my podcast. Are you saying you didn't go and read my bio? If you're not a big reader, watch my daily vlog. That'll give you the general vibe. Well, it was gonna be daily, but then it was weekly, but now I just kind of post whenever. The last one's pretty old, so it'll be out of date, but apologies, but I'm not going to watch your vlog. So please, if you could provide a brief answer to the question, that would be appreciated. Rude. The least you could do is submit your questions to my word vlog. You can do it anonymously if you want. We're literally talking face to face. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but isn't a vlog just a video blog? So, a word vlog is a normal blog. Actually, never mind. I've learned plenty. Let's change topics. Oh, word vlog? I didn't even catch that she'd said that. Oh my god. Yeah, girl, that's just a blog. Oh my god. What do you do? I have a true crime podcast called Tales of the Dark and Desperate, so make sure you totally obliterate that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Please don't say that out loud in public to a real person. That's if... Good God. Is this what people sound like now? Is this what we've become? Wait, haven't I told you about this already, detective? You have. I was asking more about what you do in your professional sense. Are you trying to say that what I do isn't professional enough? Ha! Gotcha. Whew. Too easy, detective. I work at a coffee shop, but that's like so boring. Punch in, punch out. You know how it is. But after this episode absolutely pops off, I'm gonna quit so fast. Or at least like quiet quit. I still need health insurance or whatever. I mean, that's realistic at least. Of course. Why don't we talk about something else? For sure, for sure. What were you doing? I was mostly just wandering around, but when I got to the courtyard, I saw the tourist had this dope retro camera. We were just kind of going back and forth on old school photography techniques. Stuff like that was huge on Finstagram a couple of years ago. If it's 5 years ago, it's not retro. Holy God, I feel old. Then we got interrupted by that argument. He handed me his camera while he tried to break it up from down here, but they weren't interested in listening. I see. I assume you gave the camera back to him at some point, yes? Oh, yeah, for sure. But not right away because things really started getting out of control. Oh, in that case, I've got a couple more questions for you. Oh my gosh, I remember it so vividly. If only I was recording, my audience really likes the authentic audio. Ugh, that gunshot would have gotten me so many upvotes. Blammo! That's when things really popped off, you know? I couldn't really see much from up here though. Or up there though, and then when the guard ran through, he and the tourists were so frantically scattered, I like pretty much tuned them out. Besides, we all heard the glass break in the next room over, and I needed to get a first-hand account of things. Fame isn't for the fawn-hearted, detective. I ran from the courtyard and saw the punk lying there. It seemed like he fell from the balcony. I rushed over to check on him, but he was so dead. And what of the diamond? It was already gone. I explained that to the guard when he came in. Then I guess he went off to go search for it someplace else. I figured with the alarm going off, it wouldn't be able to leave anyway, or I wouldn't be able to leave anyway. So I just sat tight and waited here. With a dead body? Girl, At least go to the other room. Okay. I think I have some follow-up questions. Let's see, the last one, about the guard. He said you both entered the exhibit simultaneously, but this contradicts your testimony. Why the inconsistency? I don't know what you want me to say, Detective. I told you everything I know already. I came in, saw the diamond was gone, took a quick look over the body, and the guard came running in after. If I was gonna lie, wouldn't it make more sense for me to agree with the guard? I'm admitting to having no witnesses. Huh, I suppose you're right. So, the diamond really was missing when you arrived? Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll ask some different questions instead. Okay, so that's everything with her. Let's look at this. This is the pedestal where the stolen gemstone was once displayed. What should I investigate here? Exhibit placard. Placard reads, Optimus Diamond, circa 1700. Where could you be hiding, precious little stone? No, I want to read it again. In the broken case. Seems like a classic smash and grab. There are stones strewn across the floor, so it's possible the thief used them to break the glass case. I'll put the statue chunk into evidence, just in case I can learn anything from looking it over. Oh, so that's what was... I was wondering, I was like, I thought the diamond was missing. So that was a chunk, and these are chunks of statue. Okay. Just in case I can learn anything from looking it over. Doesn't seem like there's any other incriminating details here, though. Never that easy anymore, is it? I changed accents again. Can we pick up the rest of these pieces and put them together? Look at my little smoky feet. Okay. Ugh, this has always been my least favorite part of the job. Victim presents male, likely mid-20s in age, 4 facial piercings, wearing a leather jacket. Initial signs show 2 impact wounds on the back of the head, all things considered minimal blood loss. And, nothing on his person, no wallet, keys, not even an ID. Poor guy. I'll figure out what happened here, don't worry. Okay. I guess this just looks bloody. Okay, so... there's supposedly... I can't angle the camera up or down. So... these go to the... God, can I change the... Oh! Now we have a map! Oh, Hera, hello, welcome back. Paper Mario. You know, I remember seeing ads for that game, and it looked really fun. I liked the art style, but, like, all of those Nintendo games, they're so expensive. Oh, so here's the courtyard, and then antiquities, and then upstairs. Can I... My camera is inverted. I don't know if I can change that. It doesn't look like it. Okay. Hera, have you ever seen, like, West of Loathing or, like, what's it called? Like, Shadow over Loathing? They're, like, these stick figure sort of comedic games. That's what this makes me think of. Okay, upstairs. Okay, so we are upstairs currently. I love all these, like, different versions of art, like this impressionist piece here. A Sunday afternoon on the island of I don't know how to say that. Shot by Shabat. You just don't see this level of decorum these days. I've seen one of this guy's pieces. Who's this? Composition with dark gray, light gray, lighter gray, and yellow. Piet Mandrill. But one of the more colorful ones. Some might argue that this is, in its simplicity, isn't really art, and I'm not some people. What the hell is this? What is all this shit? Is that part of the piece? Plaque reads, "Love is in the litter" by Banksby. Art isn't in the paper or in the paint. It's in the little shredder inside the frame, I think. Oh, I see. The art's missing here and it's going down and being shredded. Is this the critic? He looks like a snob. Plaque reads, "Mostly Grey Kinda" by Georgia O'Beef. Something about this seems mildly inappropriate. Oh yeah. We all know what that's supposed to be. That was the era of the female artists doing female things. Oh, that's cool, Hera. We love to see stuff updated like that. The plaque reads, "Man's Best Buddies" by Keith Haring. Look at these two normal friends with no implications at all. Yep, right. I need to have catnip for brains to think something that outrageous. This is so funny. I love these descriptions. This looks Chinese or something. Lake Contours, Hakone by Hiroshi. Oh, Japanese then. I hope to see another 52 works by this artist someday. A bit strange that they would be split up in a collection at all, honestly. It's Jesus! The Temptation of Saint Bernard by Salva Border Collie. What was it about the very tall elephants potentially stomping on him that was so tempting for Saint Bernard? Actually, I think I get it. He just really wants to be stepped on. Okay, yeah, these vents are gonna be important. Oh, this is Pablo Picasso. I'm not a huge Picasso fan. The dichotomy of Ram and you, inside all of us, it's exquisite. This looks like the Monet. Water Lily Pod by Claude Monet. Like a horse. Vivian has always been good, but it's great to see her back as a trans icon. Yeah, that's really awesome, Hera. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers when they did the remastered Paper Mario and being like, wow, that looks so pretty, and then they were like, give us $60, and I was like, no. And didn't buy it. So, you know, reminds me of my old days as a kitten when love was in the air. Oh, how I miss you. Okay, let's talk to people. Hello. Oh, it's the old timer. He's a dog, and he's wearing, like, a yukata. Or whatever the male version. I think it's still... Yes, hello, I'm the... Yeah, I know who you are. Fantastic, then let's get started. Well, I'm waiting on you. Get started. Wow. He's so grumpy. Look at this grumpy old man. I could be grumpy too. Then I'll finally get to go home. Standing on these floors is killer for an old timer like me. There is literally a bench right here. I like that his tail's moving. There's a bench just over there if you... I don't need a seat. You think I need some handout from you? Do you know who I am? Alright, Hera. Thanks for stopping in. I didn't mean to offend. I just... Look, detective. Get to the interrogation or whatever you have to do so I can get out of here. Are you like an old gangster or something? Like, what is your response? Fine, yes. A wonderful idea. Let's do just that. Okay. This some kind of interview? Who are you? You really have to ask, huh? Tells me everything I need to know about you, detective. Well, in that case, I am the one who needs to know, so why don't you just answer the questions anyway? I'm a retiree of the art world, from back when folks respected the craft. Oh my god. I saw success beyond my wildest dreams. I was in galleries, exhibitions, auctions, rates higher than you or your kittens would see in an entire lifetime. Point is, I was at the top, and I wasn't making it for nobody. You had to be cutthroat back then. Don't even get me started on this crowdfunding. Sir, I don't think... for what reason did you step down from such a high pedestal? Couldn't keep up. Is that what you want to hear? My hand started going first, and then, well, I quit while I was ahead. I see. Well, then let's change the topic. What do you do? What kind of question is that, detective? Are you one of them half-rate gumshoe detectives? That's an offensive. In my advanced age, I don't do much of anything. With my advanced wealth, I don't have to. This guy is such an asshole. That's what it means to be retired. Not that you would know. I mean, obviously not. I'm still working. What kind of statement is that? I might do some consulting from time to time or attend an event, but that's all the chasing tail. But all that chasing tail, that's for the young pups. After everything I've given to the art world, I keep on giving. What do you think about that, huh? Nobody was... Good for you. You wouldn't get it. So maybe start asking some questions with answers that you could actually use. What a fantastic idea. About the museum. What about it? Despite a few amateur missteps, it's a respectable institution. And what would you consider a misstep? Don't get me started on how modern garbage they have on display these days. Oh my god, this guy is such a tip. I understand that art can't be entirely without business, but there are lines you just don't cross. And betraying the greats by hanging their most prestigious pieces next to these finger painters is across the line. Did you ever have any of your pieces on display here in the museum? That's a leading question, detective. Don't believe for a second I don't see what you're trying to do. If you must know, even at my peak, no, the curator refused to exhibit any of my works. I had plenty of other exhibitions, and we've always been on good terms. I don't hold it against them. So don't leave this conversation thinking I've got some sort of vendetta. That would be a ridiculous notion, wouldn't it? Maybe I should just ask a different question instead. Okay. Yeah, get on with it. What were you doing? Am I outspoken, detective? Are you answering my question with a question? The answer is no. I am resolute, firm in my opinions because I know they're correct. Oh my god, I would strangle this man. He would be the dead body. Oh my god, he's so obnoxious. I still have yet to see how this answer... There I was with the critic. We were looking over the various pieces of the sculpture gallery. The critic wanted to discuss with the guide, so I let them be. Made my way upstairs to fine art. That's when I saw him. Oh, these disgraceful misuses of canvas, and the punk that followed soon after, looking for a fight. He must have seen me wrinkle my nose at some of the painting, and, well, he didn't know what tree he was barking up. Huh. And what tree was that? An old wizened willow, detective, one that weeps for the ways things used to be. This guy is so angry. Intriguing, to say the least. I believe I have some more questions, then. What happened? Of course, I remember it like it was yesterday, because it was today! Ha! Gotcha, didn't I, detective? In fact, I was about an hour ago. How could I forget? I'm old. I ain't that old. That punk wanted to yank my tail, but when I barked back, he must have got scared, pulled a gun on me. Always knew I had some bite left, and we got into a real scuffle. Took us out into the courtyard balcony. He threw me into the wall. I swung back at him. He tried to take me out, but his aim was bad. Missed by a mile. Must have been new to it, too. The kickback gave me a chance to disarm him, and then he ran off. The critic came in to check on me soon after. This guy has to be like ex-mob or something. He was in the Yakuza. I told him I was fine, unscathed in fact, when the alarm went off, but I didn't have anything to do with that. Well, I'm glad you're all right. Let's discuss something else. Okay, so the kid wasn't shot. He was, like, hit over the head. The kid is the one with the gun. He shot at this guy. This guy hit him or something. Took the gun. Wait, do you still have the gun? Where's the gun? MIA, I guess. You said you disarmed him, but there's no gun. Seems odd. Hello. A nice mustache. Look at this fine and fancy gentleman. Here, let me do that. Look at him. Such a suave fellow. I say. What matter of drab fashion is approaching me? I say. I can't do the right voice for that. Chanticleer. I say. I'm a detective sent to investigate this series of unfortunate events. Heavens! You should speak to your department about acquiring better uniforms. This is not a uniform. It's just one of my suits. Are you to imply that these are your actual clothes that you purchased with money? Willingly? I would appreciate it if we could get to the questioning now, please. Ha! Hey, relax. I'm a bit of a critic, but I'll do my best to not get in your way. I'll likely take a few jabs at you, though. How could I not with those shoulder pads? Ha! Wah. But no, seriously, I'm on your side here. Don't worry about it. You know. Nope. Let's just get started then, shall we? If you must, don't let me stop you. Okay. Usually I charge for this sort of service. I'm a collector, a connoisseur. Someone call me a cultural innovator. But the title is just far too garish, even if it's entirely true. And is that what brought you to the museum today? There are wonderful pieces here, and I would love to call my own, but no, I'm not making any purchases. My accountant wouldn't like that very much. Also, you can't usually buy things from a museum. That would, be morally incorrect. Correct me if I'm wrong, but exhibits at museums aren't usually for sale. Correct! You are correct! Ha! Spoken like a true member of the middle class. Everything is for sale when you have enough money. Not if you want to get, like, in the newspapers for selling your collections. That's what happens when you do that. You get in big trouble. I've read news articles about that. Am I to assume this implies you? I've written for the most prestigious organizations. The scales have rubbed against the these scales have rubbed against the best of them. That sounds weird. You should consider yourself blessed. I'm not more offended that you would even ask who I am. Then why don't I ask you a different question instead? Do you have any family? A traditional family? No, but I have someone close to me, and if that's what you mean. Would you not consider them family? I would. But that partnership was founded in a different time, and unfortunately there are still many similarities between now and then. What? Besides, when you become larger than yourself and people believe you are only how they sculpted you, there's a lot to lose if you betray their perception. If I'm to interpret your meaning, isn't the artistic industry quite progressive? For an artist at his easel, yes. For a writer at her typewriter, yes. For the musician in their instrument, yes. But for any of them with a need to live and to eat and to succeed, they must be ruled by money. And these people with money, far above even my station, they do not understand the meaning of progress. So no, I suppose I don't have much family. Most of us can't afford to. I'm sorry to hear that. About the museum. Why did you decide to visit the museum today? Oh, the curator practically begged me to come and write about it in one of my columns. I visited before many years ago, and the article I wrote back then was an unbelievable success. Although, considering the terrible fate before us, I don't know that anything I write will speak highly enough. I like his, curly Q mustache here. You mean the murder turned museum heist? Is that it? Ha! No, detective. I'm talking about the irrelevancy. And worse yet, the curator has resorted to committing the cardinal sin, the display of counterfeit art. It's just painful. Why, what do you mean? That would be quite the accusation. They are duplicates. Simple as that. How else could one acquire such a diverse catalogue? In fact, I've already noticed two. And, well, there's two. There must be a third. That's just proper writing, detective. Right. Well, then, let's carry on, yes? Ooh, which are the fakes? I'll give it to you, this one to you for free, detective. What were you doing? As you do in a museum, I was taking my jolly good time looking over the many exhibits alongside the old-timer. When we made our way into the sculpture gallery, I decided to strike up a conversation with the guide. Of course, I can't resist an expert discussion. The old-timer has far less patience for that sort of gallivanting, so he took off upstairs. Perhaps I shouldn't have let him go off on his own. I don't know what it was that they argued about, but it must have struck a nerve. I think that's when our evening started to go south. Is that so? What happened? There isn't much for me to say on the topic, but I suppose it began with the old-timer's argument upstairs. It sounded like he was in the fine art gallery, and I started moving that way. But when I was just about there, I heard a blunt slam. I had hoped that the argument didn't turn violent, but I was quickly losing faith in that theory. Before I knew it, there was that wretched bang. Okay, well, he did mention getting slammed against a wall. A gunshot with glass shattering not long after. I was concerned for the well-being of the old-timer, so I continued outward towards the balcony after him. By then, the brawl had concluded. The old-timer was clearly worn out. He was breathing heavily and had a couple of scrapes, but he seemed okay. I shoved him back into the fine art gallery and tried to ignore the rest of the cacophony below. It calmed down soon after, and now you're here. Yes, I am. Why don't we continue that investigation, shall we? Last one. I've taken down both of your testimonies, but there's a specific detail that doesn't quite line up. The old-timer claimed that he came away from the brawl entirely unscathed, but that's not accurate to your remarks. Why? Heh! That might be the easiest explanation you've received today, detective. Are you familiar with fragile masculinity? We've known each other for a long, long time, and when I say he's improved, I mean it. But there are things, that's a typo, that still get under his fur. Whether this helps or hinders your perception of his motives, I doubt he even second-guessed a lie like that. You speak as if you know him quite well. Intimately, some would say. Oh, shit! Ayy! Understood. I think we have some other inquiries to make before I move on. Actually, that was everything. Okay. Let's head out to... Before we get to the... No, let's do the courtyard. Those vents are going to be important. I just know it. He was in the vent! Wow, that's... okay. Another shocking aspect to the case unfolding in front of us. This is where the blood trail begins, considering the impact on the wall. If this is where the two guests fought, that impact is a likely result. With enough force, that would explain the crooked painting. Whatever happened, it's clear the conflict continued onward, but I'll have to keep investigating to learn more. Oops. Aha. Oh, it's the... what's her face? The plaque reads, the hatching of Venus. Yeah, that's what it is. Venus. Bono Bocelli. Legend says that she was born from a giant scallop shell, but for avian folk, I suppose that's not terribly far off from a typical egg. What the hell is this? 2 Deers Within Me by... Oh, Frida Kahlo. I never know Deerfoot could do something like this and anatomically. No, wait, it's symbolic. That's on me. Oh, it's the Mona Lisa. Hack reads, The Mare Lisa by Leonardo da Viper. Oh, I don't want to promise. I want Arsene Lupus here as a prisoner with handcuffs on him in a week. I love that old movie. One of the few our feline family had, and I loved every minute of it. What are you talking about? Oh my god! Is she supposed to be a cheetah? What happened to you, Marilyn? Marilinx Diptych? Or Diptych. That's what it is. By Andy Warthog. My mom was always such a fan of Marilinx. On special occasions, she would even get spots painted onto her fur. That's funny. The plaque reads, Wolf Above the Sea Fog by Caspar Darwin Frogridge. Such a mysterious figure. What is he contemplating? What tortures his melodramatic soul? I long to know. Oh my god. The plaque reads, The Creation of Fido. Fido. By Michael Flamingolo. Considering the artist could fly, the chapel paintings he did are a bit less impressive. Oh, it's Woman in Gold. Klimt. Gustav Klimt. It was the unnamed painting Woman in Gold for many, many years. There's actually a movie about this painting. And it was, like, one of the many examples of Nazi stolen art during World War II. And because this piece belonged to a Jewish family, and which was Klimt, who has marvelous art. I love his pieces. Oh gosh, this one kind of hurts my eyes. And he, let's see, what's the story? Oh, a woman. Gosh, was she Austrian? I think she was a young girl, and they used to have this painting in her aunt's home. It was like of her aunt. And she has this huge, like, diamond crusted collar necklace on in this painting. and it was lost during the war, and she comes back. She immigrates to the United States, and she happens to go to a museum. Or no, maybe it's not in the museum in the United States. Was it in France or the UK? I don't remember where the museum was. I think it was in Europe somewhere. Or maybe the museum was in Austria. I don't remember. But she went there and was like, hey, this painting belonged to my family. That's my aunt. Like, I would like this returned to me because it was stolen during the war. And the morally correct thing to do would obviously be to return it to the family. But the museum said no. And since obviously she didn't have proof, like evidence, I guess, there's this whole thing back and forth. She ended up hiring a lawyer, being like, how, this belonged to my family, yada yada yada. And it was a whole thing. She did end up getting the painting back, and now it's at a museum in New York, which is where she immigrated to. But yeah, it was talk about a messed up thing to do. And when the public got wind of it, they were just like, whoa, what do you mean you didn't give it back to her? And they were like, oh, we'll do it now. And she was like, no, it's too late. It's too late. Or I don't think she even wanted it back. I think she wanted credit. She wanted the title to be changed to her aunt's name and all of this stuff. And they were just like, no. Yeah, it's a very interesting story. Definitely look it up. The movie's pretty good too. It's Ryan Reynolds and Helen Mirren. So, Packering's American Dairy by Grant Woodpecker. As a city-dwelling feline, I never fancied the life of a barn cat, and considering the expression on their faces, I'm not missing much. Yeah, I never really liked that painting. Oh, more blood spatters. Oh, there's the pig. That's the tourist. That lamp is swinging like crazy. So this railing's messed up. And also, why is it different than everywhere else? Oh, that looks like Babylon. The Tower of Babylon? The Tower of Bleedle by Brewgoat. Mother Goose may have struck the tower as it reached the sky, and yet upon our earthly wings we fly. Smearing blood. Composition 7 by Vasily Kangarinsky. He's the only artist that can perfectly capture the mystique of a grand piano falling from the window onto the sidewalk. Is that what that's supposed to be a picture of? Le Lapin by Edward Degas. Wow, they can really dance. Okay, we're following the blood trail. Doo-doo, biddy, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, see these vents. The air duct has been witness to some pivotal moments in the evening, huh? That's all you have to say about that? Ammonoid fossil discovered in northern Europe. Ah yes, the golden ratio. The Fibonacci sequence. Logarithmic spiral. Lord Helix, a universal constant immortalized in stone. A lot of words. Our solar system, for illustrative purposes only, not to scale. If this really was built to scale, Jupiter would probably be on the other side of town, way past my office, I bet. Yeah, what is this? This is the weirdest layout. Oh, it's one of the feminine things, but they gave it an udder. And that's weird. Taurus figurine. It's covered in Northern Europe and Asia. Am I blushing? I feel like I'm blushing. The plaque reads, Tylosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period. It's because of terrifying creatures like this that I'll never get in the ocean. No, it's not about the water, so don't even ask. Let's read this one. What are you, pterodactyl? Pteranodon skeleton of the Cretaceous period. You're trying to tell me this isn't a pterodactyl. What's next? They had feathers? Ridiculous. Well, these didn't. But the T-Rex probably did. This is clearly important to our case, so what should I investigate? Placard reads, miniature Moai statue, circa 1300. Okay, so that's the statue that broke the diamond. Another victim in this old culmination of crimes, unfortunately. Okay. So he tumbled over with it? Was the robbery happenstance? The blood trail leads here, over the edge of the balcony. It's dashed across the exhibit podium as well. The podium looks like it's been pushed askew as well, and the art piece is missing. Stanchions are unlatched, presumably by force, considering the perilous angle. The victim is visible, lying on the floor below. They were likely disoriented. Whoops. That's all there is to find for here. For now, at least. Okay. Huh. Sure. The lights are just changing colors. We need to talk to that tourist. Oh, I forgot I could dash. Oh my. The plaque reads, would you like to take control of your own past or change the channel of your future? Oh, it just shuffles the screens on the television's exhibits around. They almost had me there. Okay. So that's like a modern art exhibit. Whoa. Fairy on the wall. Anthony Goatley. I've sworn I've seen some photos of this one before, and it seemed much larger. True art. Society by Anonymous. True art is dead seems like an overly cryptic message and simultaneously too on the nose. Oh god, they have one of those stupid balloon dogs. It's the bean! The legume by Anish Caputo. Shape is so intriguing and its surface so reflective. Wait, is that something in my teeth? Why didn't anyone tell me? Oh, there's a bunny rabbit down there. I'm late for a very important date. Okay. This is where it came from. Oops. Back down the stairs. Okay, we're in the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Okay, let's go into the courtyard. Why? I hate that that lamp is swinging all over this place. The plaque reads, on the essence of color by Sir Robert Krugstein von Lilypad Dewart IV in the nasty world of Noir Grey be a crystal of color. Noir, that I just watched the Spider Noir show. That makes me think of that. I did watch it in the black and white version too. Howdy doody, Detective Rooney. Duty. I hate him. Please call me detective. I'm the investigator on this case. How are you holding up with all this commotion? Just tippy-topper, Investicopper. Little worried I'm getting behind in my itinerary, but I'll survive. Isn't it like nighttime now? You should be in bed. Also, I hate you. An itinerary? Are you on vacation? Oh, let me, so y'all can see what he looks there. Have you seen the man? He is a pig, and he's got a hat on, and a Hawaiian shirt, and a camera, as you do when you're a tourist. You ding dang bet I am. Nice long trip, like I always wanted to do. Just wasn't in the dealer's deck until recent. Gotta call me a regular tourist, because I know you gotta plan every stop. You know what they be saying, detective? Failing to plan is like planning to have a good time getting lost. I'm pretty sure it's failing to plan is planning to fail. You added a lot of extra words. Ha ha ha! Laughs deeply. I am not giving him a deep voice. I think we should get to the topic at hand, don't you? Rightio. Don't hold back. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Who are you? I've gone by a lot of names, detective, but what you see is what you get. Just an old free spirit flying through the back half of life. That sounds quite nice, actually. Are you flying with any family? Oh, you really are good at this, huh? You always know what to ask. Of course I've got family, a little brother and his sty piglets. Dear me, does their mother have hooves full with them. She's practically a sister to me, too. You said you're traveling. Is it difficult to be away from them? It stings the soul, that's for sure. But I try to send a postcard every couple of days, and I've collected far too many souvenirs for them. When our pop would go out on business trips, he'd always bring back little baubles with him, so you know I gotta keep that tradition alive. I'm sure the kids love that too. Let's move on with something else for now. Every time he says that, I'm gonna want to sing that line. What do you do? Nowadays, not much. I'll do some odd jobs when I get back from this big old vacation, but past that, no more grind for me. That's a fortunate position to find yourself in. How did you manage that? That's a tough one, cat detective. I really stuttered over that one. Long story short, my pops was into some particular business, at least until he died. I was a teenager then, and my brother was even younger, so fending for ourselves wasn't much an option. Luckily, Pop's work buddies took us in. When I got a bit older, I took over the operation he left behind. A decade later, I landed a pretty profitable contract, and the rest is history. The fact that you didn't specify is sketchy as hell, right? Like, that just sounded so sketchy. I see. Did your brother follow along as well? Muddy heavens, no. In fact, that's what kept my eye on the truffle. I didn't want him to get involved. Oh, it was definitely illegal. 100% illegal. That's admirable. Why don't we talk about something else? Hit me with your best shot. About this business. Now that's a story, and I bet you don't want me to spare even the tiniest detail. Don't be afraid to abridge slightly if necessary. Ha! I'm just yanking your tail. Thing is, there's not much to say. I was a poor piglet told to pick himself up from his bootstraps, and I didn't even wear boots. All told, I worked hard, but it was a couple of lucky decisions and a better company. Right places and left times, you know. What? I'm nothing is not a storyteller, and a good one at that, but I wouldn't want to put you in a catnap with these details, detective. Oh, it's so illegal. It's so illegal. No manner of details will be enough to distract me from the fact that you refuse to answer the question. Or did you truly think I wouldn't realize? Look, Whiskers, simply put, some of those crowds weren't the most savory, but folks with deep pockets. Pops put us into some circumstances, then went off and oinked. Instead of croaked. Then went off and oinked. It forced me into some decisions I don't like having made. And that's important to know now. And all that's important to know now is, well, I got more curls in my tail these days and wouldn't make those choices again if I had to. I won't press the issue for now, but I hope you understand that if I have a reason to suspect its relevance, I won't have much choice. Oh, I get it. Don't sound so stern, detective. If you think the running from something or into another, rest assured the worst of it is already come with me everywhere. What? I understand. Let's change topics then. Okay. You want it? You got it. What are you doing? Let me tell you, much of the same I'm doing right now, standing on my own two hooves, gazing at all these colors. At least until the podcaster came on through and started asking about my camera. They called it such an old school vibe. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm drinking a seltzer. What about it was she interested in? I don't know, but she was mighty excited. I let her look it all over because I didn't see much harm in that. Took my eyes off it when the argument upstairs started becoming an issue, but she didn't seem shady or nothing. That's when things really started to kick off. Is that so? Let's discuss further then. A whole lot, if you ask me. Well, I guess you are asking me, ain't you? Ha! But much of it I wasn't privy to. Those two upstairs were in a bit of a brawl, and then one of them shot a gun. Instinctually, I stepped in front of the podcaster, but luckily I don't think anyone actually got hit. That was when I heard some glass smash in the other room, and the museum's alarm started blaring. Didn't think this sort of thing could still rile me up, but in that moment I must have been sweating something fierce, like someone splashed my back with a pail of water. Sweating like a stuffed pig, were ya? Ha! I tried to tell the gal to save her own fur, but I don't know. Maybe she was more invested than she'd let on, and I wasn't gonna carry her out. When I got to the foyer, the artist was already arguing with the curator about letting us out. I guess the alarm put everybody in total lockdown. And I don't blame a single feather on them. They didn't know what was what. They just told us to stand by and wait for the police. Not my favorite gang to deal with, but I sat tight, and that's about all she wrote. Understood, but I think I have more questions. About your camera. Oh, this old thing is my trusted companion for ages. Been through some bumps and bruises, but nothing Buff can't fix. Had a hearty crash today, didn't we, buddy? Ha! You didn't mention that in your testimony. What happened? Didn't I? I told you I let the podcaster look it over, right? When everything started to go sideways, the gunshot probably spooked her and she dropped it. A real clatter, too. Second biggest of the day, maybe. I don't want to ignore the obvious issue here, so... Oh, wait. I don't want to ignore the obvious issue here, so... Why do you have a camera in here anyway? Surely the museum's policies would forbid it. Oh, don't worry, detective. I had it all cleared with the curator that said it was fine as long as I didn't take any photos. There isn't any film in here. I guess that makes sense. I think I have a few more talking points if you wouldn't mind. Okay. Okay. So we did that. There's another vent here. They wouldn't put them here if they weren't relevant. Oh, there's something on this tree. Hello. No sense in leaving any stone unturned, or shrub, in that case. Just gotta reach my paw in and rustle some leaves. Oh, what's this? Something's perched between these branches. It's cold and it feels like metal. There's only one open end, a piece of tubing or something. No, it's an empty bullet casing. I need to submit this to evidence. I'm sure it'll turn out to be quite important. Okay, so we got the statue piece. Looks like an Easter Island head. The bullet casing. Yeah, empty shell. Someone didn't police their brass. Hello. Oh, is that the bullet? Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. While it may have broken further in the fall, it was certainly destroyed prior. This flattened bullet tip certainly makes it seem that way, at least. Now that I've gotten the tip in the casing, where could the actual weapon be hiding? Yeah. What'd the dude do with the gun? He said he, like... okay. Artist. Okay, so we talked to the critic. Talked to the curator. Writing things at the same time as the podcaster, who, upon questioning, didn't seem to know much about what had happened. Presumably subdued. Old-timer retreated back into the fine art gallery where he assured the critic that he was perfectly unharmed. Hello, Pookins! How are you doing? The critic. Ah, I see, that makes sense. It's no surprise that the old-timer would want to keep his manly image. But as we can tell from what the critic told us, even this old-timer was a little shaken following his bout with the punk. What? What's there to collab on, Pookins? It's a one-person game. Are you a big cat person? This is... Uh-oh. Oh no, Pookins! Too many caps! Podcaster. Ah, I see. That makes sense. I could give him the benefit of the doubt, but Podcaster's account, this just doesn't line up. I can't think of any obvious reason that he would lie, but it would be best if I asked him directly. Okay. Haven't met everybody yet. Okay. I was in the upstairs for part of this. Let's see. Do I recognize any of these pieces of art? I don't know modern art as well. Somewhat patterned ceramic squares by Kaiser's Sweet Swan. Huh. This reminds me of a game I played as a kitten with the timer and the blocks. You know what? Not important. Plaque reads, Stone Swirl by an unknown artist. I could see why they wanted to be left anonymous. Could they? It looks kind of like a swan. The plaque reads, Gold Blindfold on the Marble Bust by unknown artist. A man with golden eyes. Is this a reference to that spy thriller? I'm Babooned. James Babooned. Ha! What a classic. Goldeneye. In Pursuit of Wings by an unknown artist. How much of ourselves we relinquish in pursuit of our desires. Oh, I know this plot well, don't I? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this actually looks familiar. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know modern art as well. Vertical Constellation with Blob by Alexander Calamander. Yeah, I think I've seen pictures of this piece before. Oh, I see it. It's a whale. Or is it a lion? Maybe actually I don't see anything. I've seen this before. Mamani Longlegs by Louise Bourgeois. Even small and behind glass, I can feel my fur standing up. I think the real one's quite large. Plaque reads Nostalgia on Cathode by Ray 2. On Cathode Ray 2 by Hayo Mia Zebra. Hey, I get that reference. Oh, I know that one too. Wait. And that one. Oh no. I've seen this one for sure. Petals of Metal, circa 1900. An old friend from New Pork City has something like this hanging from his flat. It looks a bit tacky there too. Oh wow. Metal Angles by an unknown artist. This looks like they dropped a bunch of cutlery in the garbage disposal, and that is a compliment. I hate these stupid balloon animals. Balloon Dog by Jeff Raccoons. I shouldn't get too close. I was never declawed. That's for the best. You shouldn't declaw your cats, or you end up like Kitty Softpaws. Gourd by Yayoi Kuswana. I've never been a big gourd fan. Are they supposed to look that diseased? They are awfully warty, aren't they? Okay, hello, rabbit. Oh, it's the guide. Let me, there. You can see the guide with her little bow tie. It's very cute. Okay, greetings, detective. Boy, I'm glad you're here. Glad to be here, although not necessarily under these circumstances. Happy to help, nonetheless. Unfortunately, I don't think I am going to be much help. I'm a bit of an anxious rabbit, you see. Oh, that's okay. We can work through it slowly with whatever information we have. Oh, that's quite a relief. I know a lot about being a guide, but I'm afraid I just don't hold up under pressure. Heh! It is what it is, right? Of course. I'll need to ask a lot of questions. I can't leave any stone unturned, but let me know if it becomes too much. That sounds like a great plan, Detective. Great. Let's get to it if you're ready. Sure thing, Detective. I'll try my best. Before everything started to unravel, I was going about a normal day's business. More specifically, I was answering questions and offering tours to the various guests, but with varying success. That's not totally weird or anything, but the critic was the first to really engage at all. He had some questions about a sculpture, but then he started questioning my qualifications. Any particular reason for the change in topic? Maybe it was a distraction? We could overhear the old-timer shouting upstairs, but eventually he went upstairs to go check on him anyways. I figured it would diffuse itself and they'd come back down, so I went into antiquities hoping I could escort them out for causing trouble. That didn't go as planned, unfortunately. I can see that. How about we discuss what happened next? Sure thing. You said that they were asking you some personal questions, and he described it as only a debate between experts. Well, I did say questions, but they were more challenges. Did it feel like perhaps he had an ulterior motive? You mentioned the possibility it could have been a distraction. I don't think he really had a goal. He was just being a curmudgeonly old man. That sounds rude, but true. And that isn't anything new, so I guess I didn't think too much of it. Not until, well, you know, the rest by now.
I do, yes. Thanks for clarifying that. Maybe we should clear up a few other things.
Honestly, it felt very sudden. I don't even really remember what happened. After everything sort of resolved or calmed down, the curator said someone had shot a gun in the museum.
That seems like a pretty difficult detail to miss, with how loud it would be against all these marble walls.
Yeah, the noise. I think that's what sent me into shock. The next thing I remember was the curator's voice breaking me through this haze. They were trying to get me to do my breathing exercises, and when I was responsive enough, they left to call the police. But I keep thinking that if the curator hadn't prioritized me, maybe the diamond might not have been stolen.
You shouldn't feel guilty about that. It's natural the curator would be concerned about you, especially over some priceless rock. A rock that, as far as we know, is still around here somewhere, and I'll find it.
I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Detective.
Don't worry about it. Let's talk about something else, okay?
Whatever you need.
Who are you?
Gosh, I don't tend to talk about myself much. After a few years, I'm still the museum's newest employee, but I've been into art history for a long time.
Interesting. How do you spend your free time?
Oh, nothing super exciting. I have a sweet tooth, so I bake a bunch. Usually I enjoy a good period drama. I read when I can. What else?
Considering your line of work, you never pursued the arts.
Gosh, no. I mean, I did try watercolor once or twice. Yeah, but it was bad. Bad. Don't get me started on the charcoals and the oil pastels I have sitting in my closet. A bit of an impulse. Obviously, I still study art a lot, but no, never really felt like making much.
It's definitely not for everyone, including myself. Should we change the topic then?
Sure thing, Detective. I'm the current leader of the education and guest relations here at the museum. If visitors have questions or if they want a tour, I'm their bunny. Aside from that, I'm also the youngest member of the team, so I try to manage our marketing and outreach. The curator and the guard don't really understand social media, you know. Nowadays, though, that's my least favorite part of the job.
The internet can be a cruel place. I don't envy you in the least.
Folks make fair points, like about our exhibits, but they don't really understand how any of it works. They don't like that we keep art from cultures that aren't even ours, and I don't disagree with them, but lots of people might never be exposed to those other cultures if we didn't. I don't know. It's complicated.
Most of the world is these days. Why don't we discuss another point?
Just the most soul-draining corporate office work. I went to school for business, whatever that means. In retrospect, it felt a bit of a scam. It's not like I was passionate about any of it, but it was safe, or so they said.
Are you passionate about what you do now?
Absolutely. I wouldn't change a thing. At least no major thing, right? Ha! Sure, there are bigger museums and better pay, but I used to think about that kind of thing way too much. I like the people here, and I trust them, and they appreciate me, and I get to inspire people's passions.
Can't ask for more than that, I suppose. I do want to ask more questions, though, if that's okay.
That's it. Okay. Let's talk to one more person, the mouse, and then I think I might head off for the day.
Hello, the student.
See, Mr. Mouse. Hello. Hello.
Greetings, I'm the detective from Feline Forensics.
Well, don't let me get in your way.
Oh, I'm actually here for you.
What? I'm innocent, I swear.
I mean, I'm here to talk to you. Some simple questions, really. There's no need to be so nervous, unless you have a reason to be nervous.
I'm innocent, I swear.
Oh, no, no, I was just making a joke, try to break the tension. I've been told I'm very dry, so please accept my apologies.
It's okay. I accept. Thank you for questioning me. and please go about your duties. I will stay out of your way. Why did you thank him for questioning you?
I appreciate that, thank you. If I have any wait, I haven't asked any questions yet.
Oh, rats. I didn't think you'd realize. Fine, go ahead. You tricky little shithead. I hate talking about myself. We really shouldn't. You don't care about that, detective. I'm just a little mouse, nothing special, and like I said, I also am super innocent.
I'm sure you are, so you wouldn't mind if I searched your backpack, for instance.
What? Why would you need to do that? I haven't stolen anything and put it in my backpack, if that's what you think.
I'm just kidding again. Why did you come to the museum today?
I came here for a date, okay, and they stood me up. And is that what you want me to say? Don't you know how hard it is these days with the apps and the mixers and the socializing and the being attractive? Oh no, this poor mouse, look at him, he's so upset. And the being attractive. Not to mention the texting and the flirting and the leaving the house. Oh, don't get me starting on having to go outside. Look at his face. It's dreadful, detective. The only silver lining is that you can find places like these that are free to get stood up. Imagine having to pay for that type of embarrassment.
Wait, actually, never mind. My apologies. I'm sure there's another topic we can discuss instead.
Okay, detective, if you say so.
As in, what do you do for work? How do you make a living?
I don't really make a living. I'm kind of unmaking a living, getting further and further in debt. Can you tell by my distinct lack of sleep? I'm a student.
Oh, I see. What are you studying?
Game design, for the creativity of it, you know, and obviously the money. There is no denying that the tech industry is booming and just gonna keep growing and growing. Line go up. Ha! Couldn't ask for more fantastic working conditions, too. It's incredibly accessible, historically inclusive, diversity off the charts.
I don't know.
Stability? Look no further. Problematic behavior and business practice? Not here. Literally nothing to complain about. Not a thing. Not at all.
Uh-huh. Actually, why don't we talk about something else?
Okay.
Okay, that's all of that.
Is that important? I don't think it is. Let's not do that.
What were you doing?
How far back do I go? I came in a few hours ago and started going through a few exhibits.
You can skip ahead slightly.
Right. Of course. Totally. Well, I got to the natural history exhibit after a bit and started admiring all of the artwork there. I could overhear what sounded kind of like an argument, and I didn't give it much thought, minding my own business, but it started to get more intense, and it didn't take long to realize that it had escalated further than it should have. Everything spun out of control from there.
I see. We should go over those details as well.
I couldn't tell what it was about, but I heard the argument upstairs was beginning to get physical. Bad things just kind of happen randomly nowadays, and better not to take any chances, you know. I got to the foyer, but that's when my suspicions were solidified. The sound of a gunshot. I pounced towards the door, and as I reached for the handle, the place went into total lockdown. I was scared, detective. I felt cornered, trapped. I did the only thing I could think of. I retreated to the sculpture gallery to hide until things calmed down. I almost knocked over one of the sculptures in my haste. Thankfully, it wasn't too long until everything seemed under control again.
As in, control as it could be, I suppose. Let's change the topic, alright? Okay. That's all he had to say. Let's see. Okay, talk to the guy, the old timer, the podcaster. Missing something here. Missing the artist. Wait, where's the artist? Discussing various pieces with the sculpture. I see, that makes sense. This may not have necessarily been a lie, but it certainly speaks to the critic's sensibilities. At least his testimony seems to line up otherwise. No cameras. Okay. Where's the artist? Wait. Have I been into antiquities? No, I have. Okay, let's do the artist. Wow, you look like a demon. With this, like, blank-eyed stare. The plaque reads, Apofalo Piverde. The statue depicts him as a horse, a classic example of trying to erase his true oxen heritage. Statue of the small horse. A classic depiction of my favorite avian god, just very tiny. Is this a textile? Rug of crystal trading post. Entirely handmade and still so intricate, a real artistic marvel. Ceremonial masks. Well, it's nice to see the representation. It does beg the question of why all these cultural monuments are stuck in Philadelphia Museum. Oh, I'm like in the stanchions. Sarcophagus mutton common. Despite being the youngest puppet pharaoh, he was still a big cat fan. Who could blame him? Nataraja. I remember visiting some distant family when I was a kid, and my father took me to a temple with a statue like this. Shanti. Wait, oh. That's what he was saying. I was like, what? Rabbits of the court in the garden. It's like I could hear the cicadas buzzing all around me, and the clunking of the little bamboo fountain thing, too. It's a deer scare. Actually. Terracotta tiger. Ah! That is something I really want to see, is the terracotta soldiers in China. This is just one warrior, immortalized in clay, but historians believe over 8,000 exist. I watched a documentary that was very educational until they said they'd wake up and take over the planet for the alien overlords. Fucking ancient aliens. Observe each of the museum's exhibits. Oh, I got a Steam achievement. Corinthian black spotted pottery. It looks Greek. Oh, the Greeks truly had a way of life. Very smelly, I'm sure, but also very sophisticated. What? Okay, so I think I've observed every exhibit thing. I just got a Steam achievement for it. Let's talk to you. Greetings. Hello, I'm the detective tending to this case. I'm aware of this. You're from Feline Forensics. Why did I give him the same voice? Yes, I am. Good, you're familiar. Do you mind? You may. Ask me a few questions, that is. First of all, how did you know about me? Was it the tie? I tried to go with something more neutral, professional, insightful even. Maybe it's my suit. The shoulders are very padded. Is it the suit too private eye? It was not the tie, Detective. So, it was the suit. It was also not the suit. I'm just aware of you. Generally speaking, good marketing, perhaps. And besides, I'm simply prefer to be aware an artist must observe the world. I hope that proves useful. Let's begin. Whatever it takes, Detective. I will provide you with answers, Detective. I regret to inform you, Detective, who I am is not important. I am unimportant. It is the grand scheme of things, as pertains to the situation around us. Those details are not what bring you closer to the case closed. Then why don't you humor me, as I were asking as a stranger, not the detective? I'm a washed-up failure of a creative amphibian. Oh no, look at him. He's so upset. As soon as I had hands, my parents couldn't keep enough paper in the house. I'd hoard every marker and paint I could find. Clay was my best friend. My imagination was insatiable, and I didn't have time for anyone or anything else. And that doesn't sound like a failure to me. Insatiable may beget experience, but it does not equate to talent. Is that a sufficient answer, Detective? I don't know, this voice is all over the place. Indeed. I hope you don't mind answering some more questions for me. Since my art career came to an artifact of the past, I have found myself in several professions. Nowadays, I work under a contract agency. They have me doing temporary work placements. Many placements are undesirable, unfortunately, but it pays the bills, and I can keep a fair bit of time to myself. Do you still create art in that time? Yes. I don't believe I could ever truly give it up, but inspiration strikes less frequently. That's why I've decided to come to the museum today. And did you find something inspiring? I believe I have, but time will tell. The paint must dry, as they say. They do say that, don't they? On to the next question, then. As I'm sure you're aware, but why are you so covered in paint? This is my favorite coat. As if you're suggesting just because I've got paint on it, that suddenly means that I can no longer be a coat? It was a bit cold today. I need to wear a coat. I am not warm-blooded, Detective. Do you want me to be cold? I did not say that, no. Besides, it makes the coat more unique. No one in the whole world has this coat but me. I could see the allure in something like that. Would you say you strive to stand out? I think most people do, myself included, and yet I frequently feel invisible. As if the world just didn't see me, even if I'm standing right there. It makes one feel quite lonely, to say the least, forgotten. My apologies, I believe I've strayed from your inquiry. Don't worry about it, not at all. Shall we discuss another topic? I remember them well. I hate to break it to you, but my prior behavior has little impact on the case. I was just wandering around the various exhibits, observing. Specifically, I was counting the bones on those hanging skeletons from the Natural History exhibit's balcony. Then again, I did spend some time in the courtyard's balcony as well, mesmerized by the pendulum's colorful sway. Considering my proximity to the Fine Art Gallery, I overheard the argument as it began, and I departed the upper floor. I've got all that written down now, so thank you. Allow me to ask another question. Certainly. It all began with the argument. I was nearby and didn't want to get involved. By the time I made it to the lower courtyard, I heard the gunshot. Naturally, I attempted to make my way out to the museum entirely, but the guard came hastily through the room and bumped into me. I eventually got through, made my way to the foyer. Unfortunately, the door was already locked down. I imagine it was the result of the alarm being tripped. The museum has a sophisticated security system, it seems. And there wasn't anyone else around. Initially, no. Then the tourist arrived from behind me, and I told them we were stuck. Even when the curator came back, they refused to open the door. The tourist passionately opposed their decision, but eventually stood down. We waited in our respective exhibits until you arrived. Thank you for the detailed recount. Let's discuss something else. About the guard. When I collected his witness testimony, he neglected to mention anything about bumping into you in the courtyard.
That does not surprise me, Detective. Don't you remember what I said before? Even with all the paint, people just don't see me.
You did say that, huh? I suppose I didn't quite grasp the severity of it.
That's not uncommon either, I assure you. If you have any doubts about my honesty in this situation, I can present my perspective in greater detail.
I don't think that's necessary. Your testimony is entirely plausible, especially considering the frantic nature of tonight's events. I think I'll move on to some other inquiries now. Alright, we have interviewed everybody, and I think we've been into all of the rooms. I see, that makes sense. The god didn't move straight through the courtyard. He bumped into the artist on the way. While that might seem minor, the most minor details can turn an entire case upside down. And I am going to end the stream here. I hope everyone has enjoyed. This has been very entertaining. And, oh, what's this? As you'd expect, I'd never really been a fan of water. When my suspicions are correct, I need to do what must be done. Pawn the fountain, Detective. Here goes nothing. Oh dear, it's cold and very wet. Oh, my fur's going to be uncomfortable for the rest of the evening. Aha, there it is, the murder weapon. A smoking, dripping gun. It was likely fired during the brawl upstairs and dropped soon after. I'll have to look it over and gather more information, and then start questioning the various suspects about it, too. Just was trying to make my way back over here and saw that. Here we are at the murder scene. I hope everyone who stopped by has enjoyed this stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to stop by a stream sometime. I stream between 5 and 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on like an every third day basis, as it has been. I've been kind of busy in the middle of the week. Lately with my schedule, but yeah, and if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for stopping by. To the people who said hi in the chat, as well as the lurkers, I appreciate all of you stopping and watching the stream. And this will get uploaded to YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. You can find the link in my bio. It's Marty Aonet, but with periods and a set of spaces, and you can check out all of my old VODs there, where I have other point-and-click games like Strange Antiquities, and I also have some varying other games like Hollow Knight and V Rising. Feel free to stop by and check those out. Like, subscribe, all of that other nonsense. And I don't think I have any other updates. Oh, if you want to get my notifications for when I go live on Twitch, and not just the Twitch go live notifications, I have a Discord and a Twitter, so feel free to stop by and join me there to get my notifications for when I go live. I think that's all. So I will continue to play this game. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm curious. Let me know when this gets posted on YouTube in the comments who you think did it. I always love speculating when I watch cop shows in a whodunit. So let me know who you think did it, and if you have some guesses, stop by in the next stream as well, and we can make our own guesses as well. Until then, I will see you next time. Good night, Poppets.